Hello, and welcome back to this Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play with me, SLJRPG. In the last episode, we finished up Chapter 3, learning a bit more about the mysterious Comrade C, Gideon, etc. But we find ourselves at a new chapter, and here we are at Valflame Palace, Heimdallr. Big old boy. I'm guessing that's going to be Dracles. The Imperial Palace. Valflame Palace. I mean, it's pretty goddamn big. It looks even bigger than Liberal's, but I don't know that for sure yet. The Imperial Government Chancellor's Office. This is, of course, someone that we have met. You should see what his voice is actually like.
Negotiations with the Republican government are complete. The possibility of an armed conflict in the Nord Highlands has been successfully averted. However, they did demand that we hand over the mercenaries responsible from the attack as part of their terms.
I mean, I went super deep.
I suppose that's acceptable.
Different to what I was thinking.
After all, it was a shortcoming on our side that allowed that incident to occur. We should consider this a chance to place Rocksmith in our debt, especially with the trade conference on the horizon.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Though it's regrettable that we were unable to catch the mastermind. There's not a doubt in my mind that he's one of the ringleaders.
It seems we'll need to exercise greater caution from now on, if this is what they're capable of. Our next concern is the upcoming summer festival. Any thoughts as to the optimal placement of the Ironbloods?
So, we know of what, 2 Ironbloods now? Scarecrow. The, what was the other name? Icy Maiden? No. White Rabbit, of course.
I believe their primary target will be next month's trade conference. I propose posting Lecter to the east and Millium to the west. That leaves me here to take care of the capital.
It's almost like you read my mind.
Almost.
Very well then. I'll leave the preparations to you.
Yes, sir. With all respect, don't be afraid of working me hard, sir. I could run these kinds of logistics in my sleep.
Okay. Not what we were thinking.
I am all too aware of how indebted I am to your abilities. That's why I'm leaving the summer festival in your capable hands.
Always festivals in these places, my guys.
Perhaps you may even consider using them as a test.
Please excuse my intrusion, Your Excellency. His Excellency the Governor has arrived and wishes to speak with you.
The Governor is Machias's father, I
show
believe.
him in.
As you wish, sir.
Is
Coming
this gonna
in.
get a reveal?
Oh, forgive my intrusion. I didn't realize you had company.
No, it's quite all right. I just finished giving my report. It's wonderful to see you again, Governor.
Likewise. I think it's been, 2 months since we last spoke? I'm in your debt for helping out with the security arrangements at last month's commemoration event at City Hall. I've been looking forward to thanking you in person.
Interesting, guys. Interesting.
Glad to have been of service. I'll be sure to pass on your thanks to everyone else involved. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Good work as always, Captain.
Interesting. So is she the Icy Maiden? Did we
It
learn
never
that
ceases to
previously?
amaze me that a woman like that heads up the Ironbloods. Your Icy Maiden
There you
has
go.
the provincial armies positively scared stiff.
Competent as she is, she's not the group's primary member. But she and the rest of the Ironbloods continue to do some fine work.
So I'm guessing Sarah's one of the Ironbloods.
Especially against those cunning vipers amongst the ranks of the nobility and the 4 great houses in particular.
Agreed. But we'll need to stay vigilant.
Indeed we will.
I'm pleased that you agree. Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz.
So that's...
The feeling's mutual. Chancellor Gileath Osborne.
These feel like two heavy hitters. We obviously know that Osborne's a heavy hitter. We know that he's a heavy hitter. He's appeared in Sky. He appeared in the Crossbell. We're gonna have him really up to some shit, I'm sure.
Of course, and that's exactly why I intend to go with him. Next month's conference may be the West Samuria Trade Conference in name.
Matthew Mercer.
But it's far more than that. It's the region's first international conference in modern times. So the discussions won't be limited to economic matters. Regional security and other timely issues are sure to come up.
Of course, we know who this is.
I see. So that's why all the region's heads of state will be in attendance? Precisely. President Rocksmith will represent the Republic of Calvert, of course. Prince Albert will be representing the Principality of Ermoferia as its head of state. Crown Princess Claudia will be coming to represent Liberl in place of the Queen. And representing Crossbell State, we have Mayor Croyce and Speaker McDowell.
Croyce, nice.
All of them are either heads of state or their acting representatives. Meanwhile, Erebonia is sending Chancellor Osborne as a representative of the Imperial government.
And then...
But Father is the head of state, isn't he?
He is.
Indeed. And that's why I'm planning to go as well. Even though I'm far from the ideal candidate.
You are more than the ideal
The Imperial
candidate.
family needs to be represented to make sure all sides are on equal terms. You shouldn't be so harsh on yourself. But I think I understand the situation.
They're also fucking Aryan, though.
I feel so ashamed. I shouldn't have to rely on you to educate me about simple politics like this.
Also, those flowers don't look good. Just want to say.
Recently, I feel as though all my inadequacies have been staring me in the face. I wish every day I had the intelligence and quick-wittedness you possess. And I wonder, am I truly capable of inheriting the throne from Father?
Is that who? It's not going to be Oliver.
You know, Her Highness Princess Claudia of Liberl once said exactly the same thing. She did? As the successor to the throne of Liberl, I've heard that she agonized over whether she was fit to become queen.
Liberal, so it's not liberal. God damn it. My whole world is crashing down right now.
But eventually, she came to terms with her own inexperience and vowed that she would strive each day to overcome it.
That's all you can do, boys.
And I have
And
no
girls.
reason to believe that my talented
Non-binary
brother
people.
cannot do the same. Olivert, thank you. Your support means a lot to me. That said, I do think you should spend more of your time living life the way you want to. I don't think anyone would blame you for wanting to indulge your interests once in a while.
No one should.
I am how I am, I'm afraid. To be honest, I'm a little jealous of how being so open and carefree comes so naturally to you.
I think that took him some time. I think we all know that took him some time. He's the bisexual bard, of
Well,
course.
I think it'd be less concerning for all involved if you avoided taking after me too much.
Yeah, people wouldn't be too happy. You are an interesting character.
Another thing. I sometimes find myself admiring... Oh?
Oh, sorry. That was an accident.
He was quite forceful in introducing the Imperial Transportation Act last year, despite the opposition's objections.
This is saying that he likes Gileath.
But ever since then, I've heard the number of orbital car accidents has fallen dramatically. I can see why Father trusts him so much.
Yes, there's probably a symbiotic relationship between Gileath and the family.
I wouldn't disagree that was a fine piece of policy making. The campaign he launched with the help of City Hall was exceptionally well executed. But on the other hand...
Honestly, don't you think it's a little early in the day to be having a stuffy political discussion?
Interesting. We're getting really into the Rhys Anna family. I'm guessing all of these are going to become quite big players in this arc. All
Alfin?
three. Alfin.
Oh, have your lessons already finished for the day?
Indeed. They gave us the afternoon off to prepare for the summer festival. But come on, Cedric. You need to stop taking everything so seriously.
So we have Oliver, Cedric, and Alfin.
We're 15. It's far too early for us to be worrying about politics.
Actually, I'm not sure 15 is too early, to be honest.
What you should be concerned about is being more of a man at official parties. Blushing head to toe just from a lady asking you to dance? Shameful. Totally shameful.
Come on. Why do you have to bring that up again? You know, that did wonders for his popularity. The ladies at that party were swooning left and right. He was playing their maternal instincts like a harp.
He would
Well,
know.
I can't deny that. Even some of the men there were fawning over him, saying Cedric was more of a youthful flower than me.
That's right up Olivet Street, of course.
Surely you're kidding, right? That reminds me, Alphen. Have you decided on your dance partner for the upcoming garden party? Yeah. You've always avoided dancing at official functions.
Curious, are we? Well, I do have someone in mind this time. Although whether I can get him to say yes...
You get the feeling it's going to be
Really? My. It sounds like you aren't just blowing smoke. Imperial Chronicle is going to have a field day when they find out. You're really going to dance with someone? Could it be a son from one of the 4 great houses?
That's for me to know, and you to discover.
Eustace, maybe?
He is a noble, though. I'll give you that much.
It's plainly going to be Reen. Because obviously, we know her.
That reminds me. Prince Olivert?
She's friends with Elisa. Is that her name?
I have a proposal I'd like to discuss with you.
And of course, we saw Oliver at the start of the prologue, being at the end, seemingly one of the benefactors, shall we say, the main organisers of Class 7, compared to the rest. Helmdalar Sancta District, St. Astria Girls' School, and I'm guessing this is where Elisa is going to be. I'm guessing they're giving her screen time, so I'm guessing she's going to come up in this Cold Steel Arc a fair amount. It's not
I
just
should
gonna
open
be
that letter from Reen that came in this morning. I'm almost afraid to think how Her Highness would have reacted if she found this. Dear Miss Schwarzer. Really, Reen? Still Miss Schwarzer? I'm your own sister.
What's he saying?
What? Reen, why?
What's he said? Interesting. My guess is we're going to Heimdallr for this next chapter, because they're bringing up Heimdallr. We're seeing all these things. We were briefly in Heimdallr before, but not for a while. But it's been a couple of weeks, and you know what that means. Before we go on any mission, we have to, of course, do our due diligence
Mid-July.
as a student.
Summer had come to Trista, and that meant it was time for us students to dust off our short-sleeved shirts.
Mr. Lysander.
With months of experience under our belts, we finally found ourselves adjusting to the rigors of our coursework. And it was during those early days of summer, before the heat became well and truly withering, that we saw the start of a uniquely seasonal new lesson.
Ooh, what's that?
All right, that should be enough of a warm-up.
Oh, God. Why does every anime game have to have a swimming thing? I can't swim. It's one of my... I hit my head up against a pool
I'm
when I was
supposed to
quite
remind
young,
you that swimming
rape
classes
machine.
here are meant to teach you skills relevant to military service.
Okay.
You know, how not to drown if you wind up in the water, how to save others from drowning, CPR, that kind of stuff. In fact, CPR is a pretty vital skill on any battlefield. Reen, Elisa, would you care to give us a demonstration?
I guess that's...
Instructor!
In front of everyone?
Come
Look
on,
at
guys,
that scar.
just kidding around. Point is, it's still important that you learn how to do it and that you won't hesitate to use it if the need arises. Whether that means locking lips with someone of the same sex or the opposite.
Of course.
Putting
Well,
weird
it
vibes
is a
in the
skill we
room.
can use to save someone's life.
After we've covered that, I'll be timing how long it takes each of you to swim the length of the pool. Will you give me a hand, Laura?
As you wish.
Laura's a swimmer, right? That's her whole thing. No comment on the views we're seeing here. Anime games. They're so funny.
You're up, Gaius. Ready, and go!
You're next, Emma. Ready, go!
Wow, look at Gaius go!
Gaius is going to be pretty good because he's all about the wind.
Yeah, I already used to swim in that lake in the Highlands every summer, so I kind of expected that.
Emma's a lot faster than I thought she'd be, too. Though it's not much her swimming ability that I envy.
What do you... Oh, I get it.
Do you?
You don't need to get it. Anyway, what are you doing just staring at girls in swimsuits?
I'm not staring. My eyes are just pointed in that general direction.
Well, any guy would have a hard time taking his eyes off of our class's girls. I'm not even sure who to gawk at first. I mean, even the other guys are handsome. You're pretty toned yourself, Reen.
It's very true.
You think?
Well, it does look like you put a lot into your exercise and training. As for you, Elliot, I think you're better just the way you are.
He's just a very small,
really?
just a small man.
I don't think I want to imagine Elliot all buff and ripped.
Hey, what's that on the left side of your chest, Reen? Some kind of scar?
Oh, you're right. It's so faint that I hadn't noticed it before.
It's around the blood.
Oh,
A
that.
heart.
It's some kind of mark. It's been there as long as I can remember. Don't know how I got it, though.
Wow.
That's going to come back to us
Actually,
at some point.
when I look at it more closely, it looks more like a bunch of little scars all knit together. It makes you look really manly and tough. I kind of wish I had one now.
Seriously?
It really wouldn't suit you. Trust me.
Whose turn is it now?
Can't believe we finished with the exact same time. We must be destined to strive against each other forever.
Or get married.
What are you talking about? The only one I was competing against was myself. And even then, I barely put much effort into it.
Oh, you
Well,
sis.
it's not like I was giving my best either.
These two.
Just make out.
refreshing. I wouldn't mind swimming a little longer, actually.
There you go.
Okay, Laura, are you ready? I'll time your lap. Though I doubt I really need to, considering you're in the swimming club.
No, please do.
So Laura's next.
Laura's going to be rapid as
You
fuck.
can tell she's a member of the swimming club. Just look at the way she stands on the block.
Ready, and go!
Rapido.
Oh, she's fast. How is she doing it?
Impressive.
Well done.
A little warm up.
Let's see, 20.02 seconds. Not bad at all. All right, I think it's time for me to dive into the mix. Everyone, pick a partner. It's time for a little head-to-head competition.
Interesting.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Uh-oh, races.
It appears we've been given a chance to settle this once and for all.
I'm ready when you are.
I think we'd be a good match, Emma. How about it?
True, our times were pretty close.
How about it, Laura? Want to partner up with me?
Not today, I'm afraid. I wish to challenge Fee this time.
Interesting.
Me? Laura?
But your times weren't even close.
Well, all right, let's go with that. I guess that leaves me with Reen. It's your lucky day again.
Gaius versus Elliot.
Wait,
Feels like an
why me?
unfair one as well. Okay. Off they go. Off they go. Who's winning what? Elisa won that, Eustace won that.
I'm exhausted. You know, this seems like it would be pretty effective as part of a diet plan.
Okay, let's see what you got.
So I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of mini game, and I'm guessing that the mini game is tied to something that I can do. I'm using a guide, but it doesn't really reveal that much to me.
Yeah. There's no way I'm going to win this, is there?
It says I've got to win the mini game. Great. Right, let's do this.
Go easy on me, Gaius.
Same to you.
So how are we doing this?
Go!
So Y or B, when the two circles overlap, is to increasingly increase your spin. Okay. I think my new screen might actually be hampering me here. I'm guessing I'm going to get a chance to win. Can I retry? I want to win. Okay. Fuck, right. I might have to move to a smaller screen in order to win this.
Go!
Still second. We're not going until I win. I gotta win. Apparently, according to the guide. So let's just go.
Ready? Go!
It feels like me failing. Not good. We're going to retry and we're going to do this properly. Maybe I'll just have to come back to you once I've actually managed
Ready?
to
Go!
win in some respects. Right. I won that one, right? God damn it. Right, I'll see you once I've won.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
She won. Fuck yeah. AP increased by 3. There we go. That's what we need.
I actually won.
Nicely done, Reen.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. This feels like a very unfair one.
Oh, okay. Are you both ready?
Not quite. Fee, how about giving it all you've got this time?
Huh? Laura?
She knows that she's faking.
What if I already did?
I don't think so. I could tell just by watching you. Don't make light of me. Your earlier time was certainly not the best you're capable of.
Well, it's not very polite to your opponent to hold back. This isn't like the battlefields you grew up fighting on. It's a place you can grow and better yourself by challenging others. Deep down, I know you realize that.
Good. Then let us begin.
Okay. Feels like this is just going to end poorly for everyone involved.
Looking at them like this, it's obvious how different their builds are.
If build were all that mattered, we would have turned in faster times than either of them.
I imagine the difference lies in their control of their bodies.
Yeah, this'll be one to watch.
It's probably going to be interesting.
Ready? Go!
What?
Incredible!
Who won?
Which of them was first?
It was too close to call.
No, there was a tiny difference. Laura came out ahead on this one.
Having longer arms might have been the deciding factor, even.
Oh, I wish I could have joined in.
Well done.
The same to you. You can do this when you want to, and yet you consistently hold back. Why?
Interesting. Interesting.
No reason, really? Too much effort, I guess.
I suppose when you're in such a volatile environment as being in a Jaeger Corps, maybe it's not always great to stand out. I don't know.
It seems we truly cannot find a middle ground.
Trails of cold steel. I'm wondering how that sounds in this new microphone. Well, temperature's going up, and I don't know about you, but I'm wilting like a flower. As everyone knows, when the heat is on, the refreshing power of beer is at its peak. Blah, boo. Maybe I should use my free day tomorrow to teleport the capital's beer gardens. No. If you're waiting for us to stop you, you're in for a long wait. Of course. Do you have some classy gentlemen lined up to go with you? Will you even be flying solo? Who knows? You just had to ask. I'm moving on. Your practical exam is coming up next Wednesday. Are you used to them by now? Just making sure you're ready. Yes, instructor. That means next weekend will be our field study then. Feels like we just got done with the last one. Indeed. Gets hot up next weekend. I guess I won't be able to go to the capital for the Summerfest this year. Here she goes. What's Summer Festival? Seasonal holiday. Most major cities in Erebonia celebrated in June. There we go. If it is actually good on the old animistic festival that's in the Septine Church adopted. See, actually very similar to the festival in Nord. Celebrated in June. Why does that happen? We'll have to wait till July. I always wondered that too. Does anyone actually know? The standards of teaching just aren't what they used to be. I believe it has something to do with the War of the Lions, though beyond that. Correct, July is when the Emperor Draco's brought an end to the Civil War. The Summer Festival was held a month late, alongside the celebrations of the war's end. Interesting. I think Instructor Thomas was talking about that one time. Like he was just gonna babble on forever, so I managed to worm my way out of that conversation. Of course you did. Well, I can't say I blame you. If you let him go, you can go on about history all day. Certainly can. Doesn't know how to shut up. Make sure you don't let the heat sap your strength. Miracle working maid will whip you up a massive meal to keep you energized. Of course she will. It really does seem like she and Sharon have some kind of history together. But mirror on it. Sharon always plays innocent whenever I ask her about it, though. Of course. Well, that does it for homeroom. Will you do the honors, Machias? Yes, instructor. All raise, bow. Okay. So we've got some free time now, and we're wearing these cool shortless sleeved arms. Interesting. Fee. Fee? Fee's going somewhere else, it would seem. I'm gonna go after her. Thanks. Do you think you can maybe be a little more effort to get along with her? You are her senior, after all. I'm aware of that, however. Looks like those two are getting on like the same as ever. Seems like we're arguing after their race in our swimming course, too. I heard the group's last field trip said it was middling as well. It's true. They were like that the entire trip. So there's nothing you can do to smooth things out between the Marine. Why is it always going to come down to me? Well, I'd love to do something for them if I could, but... why me? You do seem to be good at this thing. Real natural. Besides, you're the one well-intentioned Mark who duped into running errands for the school student council. Well, I could do that for a major for them. You do quite a lot of major stuff. What's wrong, Elliot? Sorry, what were you saying? Alright, I agree with you. I think you're the best one for the job. It's just thanks to you that Eustace and Machias became buddies. Indeed, who the hell became buddies? You must be sniffing roses in the Garden of Delusions if you think I'm a friend of his. Oh, you say that, but you're on totally the same wavelength. I had to dish and dash, but I gotta go club meeting. Oh yeah, wind orchestra, right? I should be on my way as well. I've got a club meeting to attend to myself. Catch you later then. So, you know how it goes. We retain the Class 7 uniform. We change costumes. Certain things will change. So we're in our summer garms, it would appear. But we've got some new character profiles to get. And it's been a while. It feels like ages since I've had to say that. And the first one is actually in the main building lobby, which is very good. So let's find our first character profile to get today. Of course means that we're going to be going to the school. Sharon, good day, Masterine. Of course. Oh, what do you bring you here? Fulfill some of the chairman's board directors available above work. Simple tasks. Find someone to visit. She often has requests when I come in her stead. There we go. Shirking off our own superhuman accomplishments. Ooh, as we find ourselves. Is that Elliot hanging out with Instructor Neidhart? Do they know each other? Is he affiliated? Too longer than I expected. Rubbish to make for tomorrow, so I'm afraid I'll have to excuse myself. Sorry to keep you. Interesting. Phew. Hey, Elliot. Oh, Reen, didn't see you. No worries. Just surprised to see you and Instructor Neidhart together. What are you guys talking about? Just stuff. Oh. Alright, you need to get back to the club. See you later. Are they like brothers or some shit? That's usually what this game does to you. What else weird? Doesn't seem like anything too important though. Yet. But things to know. But we have another character profile to get. So let's head over to speak to Mr. Lake Lord in the student Union. My god, Union? What's a Union? Union building. Apparently I can't say anything properly. Right. And then we've got some other scenes to find first, but I want to get the character profiles first. So we need to head to the fishing club. Literature club. We have lower class chess. Okay, Imperial Fishing Club. We'll speak to Mr. Lake Lord. Is he going to give us a new thing? Looks like you become a brown angler. If you've been really racking up catches, got the potential to go far. Your brand angle can trade points for new stuff. New fishing rod available this time. Cool. Can I trade for some Dulux rod? I can. Interesting. This also interests me, so I'm going to go ahead and get one of them. And then let's talk. There you go. Can't say that about any other schools, that they have great fishing spots. Right, so I'm going to see you guys in a second where I'll get you on the roof. Hello. It's big. It's kind of disconcerting how big it is. I'm getting used to it. It feels weird. It's kind of like it's so big. It is good. It is good. I'm just like a little bit like, oh my god, what the fuck's happening? Well, I've got this here. So at the moment, I'm just playing stuff through this. And then I've got my keyboard here. And I've got my I know which buttons I'm pressing. And then your microphone's good. It's really good. That's funny, right? No, really. Right, do you mind if I finish this chapter? Finish this section? I think I need to go to the end of this day, so I'll be finished in like 15 minutes. Right, I'm gonna finish this.
Right.
It is late. Right. Finish this. Yeah. Okay, if I go. So we're here at the rooftop because that's where we need to go next. And there should be a Flicorzel around here somewhere. Here we go. What are you doing here? Nothing. Earth to Fee, this is your commander speaking. Do you read me? Didn't notice you. Were you lost in thought? Never even seen you not notice someone talking to you. Don't worry about it. Leave me alone. Sorry about that. She wants to be left alone, so there's not a whole lot she can do for now. That's fine. So I'm going to head to the next section. So next place we have to head is the gymnasium. Auditorium doors are locked. I always get that wrong for some reason. I always seem to forget where the gymnasium is compared to everywhere else. This is the gymnasium? Yeah, there we go. So we need to find Laura. Who I believe is probably... here, and she is speaking to someone else. Interesting. Your kicks are completely wrong, Monica. How many times I must repeat myself before you understand? I'm sorry, I'll do it right. This does not seem like Laura. You'll have to forgive me. My teaching is poor. This is a fault. Please excuse me. Would you mind pressing on your end for a while? Sure. Is everything okay? Sorry I had to see that. Seems I have ways to go myself. Laura. She has been off lately. She definitely has been off lately. But we have one more person to grab. For a little bit of Link experience. The boys' locker room is not exactly where we're coming from. Get out of there. Very smelly. We need to head to the practice room fields, I believe. So, Academy Field. Find ourselves a little Emma. How are our links looking with everyone, actually? We're pretty strong. I mean, we're strongest with Elliot. Everyone else is kind of... got a high link with Elliot, Marine, and everyone else. Elliot's not really linked with that well with anyone. I mean, no, he's getting there. We are pretty close with Laura, too. Macius is on a 1-1-1 level 2. It would make sense for Emma to have more than 3, but there we go. Just wanted to double check. Right. I know, but still. Huh? I swear I just heard someone talking. And we know where it came from. It came from over here. I don't know. It didn't show me the potential while we were in Nord. I knew I should have come with you. Seems like it's likely he's a key. But the voice sounds familiar. Who's there? Who's there? Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Huh? Oh, wait, Mercio. Wait, isn't that Black Cat? How long have you been there? I was just passing by and I heard voices, so I was starting to wondering where they were coming from. Wait. You were talking with someone, right? Where did they go? Well, I was talking to my friend through my Arcus. That communication functionality sure is convenient, isn't it? You know it. Sorry to interrupt you. Just get out of your way. If you want to call them back. It's alright, we had to finish talking anyway. There's nothing you need to worry about. Nothing at all. If you say so. Still, really do know that cat then. He certainly does. Wait, it's not your cat, is it? No, it's not quite like that. If anything, she's like my supervisor. A cat is? I mean, friend, yes. The two of us have made a real connection. Back when I first came to the academy, we kept running into each other. After a few offerings of milk and cheese, we eventually struck up a friendship. So that's how it is, huh? Seems pretty well behaved today. I take it she's in a good mood. It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? There you go. Anyway, sure owner's interest her. Getting worried. Should take her back there. After all, it might cause some trouble if the instructors found out a cat is on the company grounds. I don't actually think anyone would care. Oh, Emma. What is it? You wouldn't happen to know her name, would you? If Sharon's interested in her, I'm sure they named her. Yes, you're right. What's her name? Her name is Celine. The cat seems annoyed about that. So that's her name. Celine, huh? It's got a nice ring to it. She's got a shiny, silky looking fur. It really suits her. At least she knows she was female. I've been wondering up until tonight. I thought the bow would have been a giveaway. Alright, see, let's get you home. This cat lady lives on our rooftop, but we're now learning that cat talks. We've not had talk. Well, I suppose we have had the dragons and stuff. I wish I could get her to cozy up with me like that. Next time I see her, I'll have to give her some fresh milk, which is what I've been doing for a lot of the way. So, we're done there. There's some mysteries afoot, though, with young Emma. Look at Eustace on his horse. Perhaps I should ride it around the field for a which it's still not opened up anymore there. So we can see Elisa and her Lisa loves lacrosse, apparently. So that is all that we need to do for today. So I'll see you guys back at the dorm. So here we are. Should I go back to the dormitory? We're gonna return. It's been a long old day.
I guess there are cicadas around Trista, too. When I hear them, I always feel like that's when summer's really arrived.
Retiring for the day, Schwarzer?
Manly voice. Oh.
Instructor Neidhart. Yes. Are you heading out too?
Indeed. I have some business to take care of with my division, so I'll be returning there tomorrow. With that on the agenda, I thought it wise to finish the day's work early.
Your division? Oh yeah, you were sent here by the Imperial Army, right?
So he definitely knows Lieutenant
Correct.
Craig.
Though because of that, it's difficult to keep a regular schedule here. Anyway, while I'm here, I want to acknowledge the work you did during your field study last month.
You mean that incident in Nord?
The same. Reading the Army's report, it seemed that armed conflict with the Republican Army was a real possibility. While the Intelligence Division no doubt had a hand in resolving the conflict,
we did pretty well.
You and the other members of your group played an integral part in averting a war. You deserve credit for that.
Thanks. You haven't been able to find out anything more about that man with the glasses, have you?
The one who hired the mercenaries and introduced himself as Gideon? Regrettably not. The Intelligence Division is looking into his identity, but they don't appear to have found anything yet. Personally, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they had discovered something already, but chose not to share it with us.
That's probably the most. Lecter's not one to give up his cards.
Schwarzer, I'll be the first to admit you performed admirably out there. But I assume you're aware that luck played a large part in your success?
Well,
Reading your report, the number of arbitrary decisions stood out to me. For an army to function, its members need to work together as a group, united under the will of its commander. As an organization, it can't perform at its best if its members disregard authority and act on instinct.
Unless you're the leader.
You've already been over this in class, I believe?
Yes, Instructor. I realize now that our actions in Nord were rash, but they made things harder for the Lieutenant General. If it wasn't for our inexperience, we might have been able to capture the man with the glasses too.
If you understand that, I have nothing further to say on the matter. It's not my intent to belittle your efforts. Your report indicates that you were forced to make a number of split-second decisions. I'm not suggesting that there's no place for flexibility and independent thought in an organization like the Army. But it's vital for you to understand the reasoning behind and importance of that structure, and to respect it.
Makes sense.
Yes, Instructor.
Of course.
Teaching cadets to respect and work within that system should be the job of their class's instructor.
But you
Though
got Sarah.
considering her background, I was foolish to expect that of her.
Of course.
Her? You're talking about Instructor Sarah?
Indeed. Granted, she's quite skilled, but she lacks the disposition and diligence of a soldier. I understand she didn't come from an Army background, but with her position, one would hope she would pick up on the basics.
Indeed.
Oh, so do you know what Instructor Sarah did before she became an instructor here?
She was Ironblood.
Oh? Is she keeping mum about that? I just assumed you were already aware. Before she came to Thor's, Sarah was...
It's not very becoming of a gentleman to go around broadcasting a lady's secrets, you know.
Indeed.
Instructor Sarah.
Instructor Valentine.
I totally understand where you're coming from. You meet a beautiful, captivating lady and you want to know more. But don't let hard-headed officer types like our friend here rub off on you too much. Got it? You always play by the rules, and you'll find yourself in a jam someday when you encounter people who don't.
Also very, very true.
Instructor?
You're one to talk. I hardly think a capricious instructor who leaves everything to chance is capable of guiding our cadets to greatness.
Well, of course, I couldn't do a better job than the ace of the 4th Armored Division. Or was that the Provincial Army? I mean, you've got the whole tradition and status are everything mindset down pat.
These two really don't seem to get along. First Sharon, now Instructor Neidhart. Instructor Sarah almost seems like she's spoiling for a fight.
Who do we have here? Well, if it isn't Instructor Sarah and Instructor Neidhart.
Mr. Lysander.
Uh-oh.
Instructor Thomas?
And young Reen is with you too? Simply marvelous. It looks like you're having a downright jolly time.
I'm not sure that would be...
Actually, I was just leaving. Come along, Reen. We need to hurry back to the dorms now.
We do?
Certainly do.
Oh, but while we're all together like this, what say we have a few drinks together and enjoy some quality faculty bonding time? I heard the two of you really know how to hold your liquor.
I'm afraid I really must...
I've actually just been hit with the overwhelming urge to drink alone in my room tonight.
Now, there's no need to be shy. We're all friends here.
Are we Lysander, Mr. Thomas Lysander?
Oh, I know. Why don't you come along with us, Reen? We can't float a beer your way quite yet, but I'd be happy to treat you to something else.
No, it's quite all right. You teachers are always so busy, I'd hate to get in the way of your quality bonding time. So, if you'll excuse me...
Indeed.
I'll be sure to let Sharon know that you're having dinner out tonight, Instructor.
No, Reen, well, wait! What kind of heartless monster are you? Get back here, Reen Schwarzer!
Indeed.
Well, shall we be off?
I couldn't possibly. I need to depart early tomorrow morning, so I really must insist.
Now. No. It's not how it works. Chapter 4, A Midsummer's Reveals. Interesting name. I just want to see what everyone's saying. See what's happening. That room is vacant. What's Elliot saying? He grew up in Heimdallr. Interesting. Interesting. He grew up in Heimdallr. So did Machias, right? A clean room is a relaxing place. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that completely. Guys just working on smart. Basically everyone's doing the art. Sounds good to me. I want to check on like Sarah and stuff as well. Eustace actually lets me into his room now. We are probably the closest thing that he says to a friend out of everyone here. Right, let's go see the girls. Anything up with the girls? Laura is just hanging out, staring into the distance. Her clash with Fee. I'm guessing we're going to get Fee and her on our next trip. Weapons, explosives, all the good stuff. She seems... I think there's some shame to her previous Jaeger stuff. Speak to Elisa. There we go. I actually think I do prefer the red gear for this. We'll speak to Emma as well. Good evening, Reen. Tarot cards. Taught me how to use them. Shuffle cards, then picked one. Wheel of Fortune. Upright position. Sky represents chance, change, turning points in life. Right, you can make your turning point in your life. Interesting. I'm not surprised we're obviously getting that result. And then we should have one more. Can't get up to the roof here, can we? But if we head down, I'm sure we may see Celine. Interesting, of course. And then Sarah. It seems to be that all the quiet, unassuming people are like monster drinkers. As this appears to be a room that we knew was empty is now being filled. But I think this is probably a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this episode of Trails of Cold Steel, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, where we'll probably end up doing some side missions. Peace.